Hearing will start now. This is originating application 881 of 2023, Babel Holding Limited.
Good evening, Mr. Andrew Chan, Ms. Yeo, Ms. Lee, and Mr. Xu for the applicant, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, for Paris State, Mr. Chu and Mr. Mark Tan, correct?
Yes, may it please the court.
Right, thank you. And other counsel is noted to my manager. Right, let me just end Mr. Zoom allocution. So parties are reminded there is to be no unauthorized photography or recording in any form, and no dissemination of any photographs or recording of these proceedings, and only those counsel or persons notified to the court should be present at each location, and parties should treat these proceedings as they would a physical hearing. All right, I'm here to give my decision, and I will be reading my remarks, brief remarks accompanying my decision this evening. So thank you both for your submissions. Having considered these submissions and the supporting documents, I have determined that leave to convene the meeting should be granted as prayed for, and these are only my broad remarks at this time. So as noted in terms of the applicant, by the applicant, I do not consider the merits or reasonable of the scheme at this point. The focus, as noted in Pathfinder, is on the fairness of the proposed meeting, ensuring that there has been sufficient disclosure as well as proper classification of the creditors into their separate classes. And the threshold for support only requires that there be some realistic prospect of success, and is the further requirement that there should also not have been any abuse of process. I am satisfied that sufficient and appropriate disclosure has been given, and what is important is to note the requirement is to give such information as to allow an assessment to be made of the fairness of the meeting, and the complaints raised by Paris State about disclosure do appear to have been sufficiently addressed at this point. Whether or not a particular creditor is convinced or satisfied by the information given is not a requirement. It is about whether what has been disclosed means that the scheme merits consideration by the creditors in the meeting, and it allows the creditors to determine how they should vote. As for the voting class, Paris State's contention is that it should be in a separate class, but this is not made out. I'm satisfied that there is no trust as claimed by Paris State. To clear as I find there was no certainty of intention, and there was commingling of the assets. Whatever claims there may be against individual persons will not affect the position as regards the applicant. And I'm satisfied there's been no abuse of process. I would note at this point that on my assessment, a third-party release was appropriate, as was the deed poll arrangement, and sufficient basis have been made up for these to be pursued, especially given the interrelationship and mixing of the assets between the companies. And the third-party release was also justified on the basis of the nexus that existed. But some of these matters I know may also be raised at the scheme approval stage if we get that far. I had previously ruled in favor of sealing, and having found in particular that there was sufficient opportunity for consultation amongst the creditors. In the circumstances, I would extend the moratoria accordingly. And in terms of the specific prayers, I grant order in terms of prayers 1 to 8 as prayed for. Say that now the assessor under prayer 6 is specified to be Baker Tilly Vision as updated to the court by way of letter. So that's my decision this evening. Anything further, Mr. Chan? Sorry. Oh, Mr. Chan, anything further?
Yes, Your Honor. I mean, just for the record, I mean, the information in terms of counsel that you provided the court had Mr. Rob Charles as being from Ashes ADT Law. For the record, it should be Ashes LLP, and I think as instructing counsel.
You can set that up with my manager, Mr. Chan. At this point, what I'm concerned is anything else in relation to my order, please.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, yes, Your Honor. So in terms of the order, Your Honor, number one, the timelines that we had provided in accompanying the annexes should be extended by a further 26 days. And the reason essentially being that Your Honor will recall there was a short period where we had not forwarded certain documents to the creditors, and that took 7 days and there was an interim moratorium hearing, and also the time needed for the purposes of Your Honor making the decision.
So can I have a specific date, Mr. Chan?
Sorry? No,
can I have a specific date?
There are various dates, Your Honor, but essentially the dates run by a further 26 days.
No, I mean, in terms of the order, I would have expected you to have actually listed it out somewhere.
Your Honor, it is actually Annex B, Annex B to our
Yes,
letter of
so
18th of September.
yes, I would like the specific dates, Mr. Chan.
Okay, Your Honor, the specific dates.
No, I do not like it when things are left in the air, Mr. Chan. You should know that.
Yes, Your Honor. So, Your Honor, the dates for convening of the meetings, 9th of October 2023.
Hold on. Is there a list somewhere?
Your Honor, I have no list because we were not sure because the time depends on when Your Honor makes the order.
I was giving my decision this evening, so presumably I would, if I was going to rule in your favor, I would have the dates ready. If I was going to rule in your favor, in the favor of Paris State, no dates would need to be given to me. So, Mr. Chan, I really don't like this kind of thing.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Can I stand down for 10 minutes? Can I have a list emailed to my manager, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can I have that done, please? I would like
Yes,
to see the specific dates.
uh,
He will
yes,
stand down at this point and he get it arranged with Alan Glad. He will stand down for 10 minutes.
Yes, court is
Court is
adjourned.
adjourned.
Resuming the hearing now.
Right, Mr. Chan, I've received the list of dates. So for the record, I'm just going to read them out. So the hearing of all right. Publication and issuance of notice to convene the scheme meeting, 11th October. Proof of debt submission deadline, 4 p.m. Singapore time, 16th October. Publication of the results of adjudication of proofs of debt, 16th November. Last day to appoint an independent assessor if any dispute arises in relation to proofs of debt, 30th November. Last day for independent assessor to reach a determination, 7th December. Circulation of updated relevant alternative report and supplementary explanatory statement if required, 9th December. So next one, proxy form deadline, latest time for submitting a proxy form, 10th December 2023, 4 p.m. Singapore time. Scheme meeting scheduled for 17th December 2023, which is at least 28 days after adjudication of all proofs of debt. All right. Scheme creditors to commence submitting election form and distribution of the confirmation deed. All this will be done after the scheme meeting. Court application to approve the scheme, if approved at the scheme meeting, 31st December 2023. Court hearing to approve the scheme will be some point in January 2024. And the scheme effective date, etc., will be dependent on the sanction order. All right. So these are the dates you have in mind, correct, Mr. Chan?
Mr. Chan, you're muted.
yes, Your Honor. I
Uh,
confirm those dates.
All right, let me just check something. 28, 17, the scheme meeting, 17th December. All right then. All right, the dates appear to be in order. So I will record this and this will be reflected accordingly. All right then. Anything else to raise, Mr. Chan?
Yes, Your Honor. In terms of the sealing order, as we had sought the application, or I know Your Honor had granted order in terms, but at the last time we did say that the sealing orders, what we could justify was up to 7 days after the POD deadline. So that being the case, Your Honor, following from our previous submissions, because sealing can only go so far as we can justify it. The sealing orders are sought only up to 23rd of October 2023. We are limiting ourselves, Your Honor.
All right. All right, sealing is extended only to 23rd October 2023. All right, anything else, Mr. Chan?
Yes, Your Honor. In terms of the other, Your Honor has granted an order in terms of the moratorium in this Babel Holdings matter. Your Honor, I'll be grateful if the other moratoriums can likewise be extended to the date 3 weeks after the scheme meeting. Your Honor will recall that there were other companies as well.
So do you have this OA numbers?
The OA numbers, Your Honor,
All right, never mind. I'll just make an order. Moratorium for all Babel companies extended to what date again?
to 3 weeks after the scheme meeting, Your Honor.
Babel companies extended to 3 weeks after the scheme meeting. All right.
Yes. And also, Your Honor, in terms of those particular orders as well, likewise, similarly, the liberty to apply likewise get extended.
For all the Babel companies, is
All
it?
the Babel companies.
All right. Liberty to apply granted to all Babel entities
Um,
and creditors involved in respect of the extension of moratoria. All right.
yes, Your Honor.
All right. Clear enough. So liberty is applied in relation to all the Babel entities and their creditors in respect of the extension of moratoria. Anything else?
No, Your Honor. Briefly.
All right. Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Sorry, was it Mr. Chu?
Yes, Your Honor. Just one point. Your Honor granted a case management stay in OC 130 in favor.
Hold on a moment, please. Let me get that. So you're raising, hold on. Case management stay in, sorry?
In OC 130.
130.
In favor of both Mr. Del Wang Li and Mr. Flex Yang Zhou. Your Honor, in view of the fact that there is actually no third-party release in the scheme as put forth by the applicant, I'm just wondering whether Your Honor will be lifting the case management stay as against Mr. Wang Li, or would Your Honor prefer that we put in an application in OC 130?
Are they not here? Hold on. Mr. Chu.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, Mr. Dixon Chu, right? So
Your Honor, our client's position is that the case management stay order was actually recorded as a by consent order on the 15th.
yes.
So in any event, my learned friend should be putting in an application and we will be resisting it.
You'll be resisting in relation to Mr. Yang Cho, Mr. Michael Chan.
Your Honor, since there is the third-party release against my client, and I don't think my learned friend from Parastate, representing Parastate, will be lifting the case management stay against Mr. Yang Zhou. So in that sense, the case management stay should continue coextensively with the extension of the moratorium.
All right, sorry, Mr. Chu Hua-Yi, I understood you to be saying that it's in relation to Mr. Wang Li, correct?
That is right.
And Mr. Yang Cho as well, right?
No, Your Honor.
Sorry, Mr. Wang Li. All right, misunderstood you. Sorry. That's all right. Only for Mr. Wang Li, correct?
That is right, Your Honor.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. Sorry. All right. All right. So the position stated by Mr. Wang Li's counsel is there. So I will have to see you on another day. I think, Mr. Chu Hua-Yi.
Yes, Your Honor. In that case, we will put in an application in that suit.
All right. Should be. All right. Anything else in relation that Parastate needs to raise at this point? Mr. Chu Hua-Yi?
Not from me, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. All right. Anything else from anyone? All right. All right. So Mr. Chan, for the record then, in relation to Asher's position here and how they should be recorded, I'll leave one of your associates to get in touch with my manager to enter the name correctly. All right?
Yes, Your Honor. And just for the record, they are instructing counsel, and therefore I'll take it that permission is granted for them to be here.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. All right. Nothing else from anyone, I hope. All right. So save for Mr. Wang Li and Parastate, I will see all the other parties, if at all, at the time of the sanction application, if you get that far. All right then. Sorry, what of your dates was 31st December, Mr. Chan? What was that?
But, yes, Your Honor.
I think you'll work around whatever dates, whatever court date, holidays there are. All right.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, so 31st is the date for us to apply to court for the hearing. So we bind ourselves to put in the application that date.
By that date. All right. All
Yes.
right. All right. Thank you then. All right. I will see parties in the new year if you get that far. All right then. All right. Thank you all. If nothing further, court is adjourned. Good day.
Good day, Your
Court
Honor.
is adjourned.
Good day, Your Honor.